Hello. Let's have a conversation about secularism and science. Uh, it's kind of a peculiar sounding subject, but I run across the article that I found to be rather intriguing and kind of ironic at the same time. And what it does is it suggests that um, science somehow would indeed prove religion wrong. And science, through its advancements and technologies, would sooner or later totally eliminate the need for human religions or human belief in spiritual beings, supernaturalism, if you will. And I'm going to read the article here, at least part of it, shortly. But before we do, I'd just like to mention something kind of just stood out kind of ironically at me. And it's funny that the scientists and the people who are promoting secularism uh, combined with science in order to burden science with proving their viewpoint. And I don't know why science is cooperating or have joined forces, almost like they were forced to uh, through political circles more than anything. But uh, the funny thing of it is science is actually doing the opposite. Okay, it's not depleting religion at all. It's actually increasing it. The more people are turning more religious than they ever have because of science. In other words, science is proving uh, more that there is a supreme being uh, or a creator more than it is disproving. So through the universal laws, through mathematics, through discoveries of artifacts, the fossil records, um, and fossil columns, and things like this. It's actually, and then the discovery in biology, through DNA discoveries of written information and language, similar to a binary code in the computers programming. It's been discovered in each cell of the human DNA, in animals and plants as well. And now they're even discovered that there's a little light inside every human cell. And as these lights go off through each cell, the more the lights go off, the more we die. Pretty soon there are enough lights get turned off that we die. So this little light inside each human cell that seems to give the cell its lumini would be considered perhaps the creator's fingerprint or even part of the creator himself, since he is light. He's put a little bit of light in each cell of each human body. Uh, anyway, I found that to be kind of ironic. The science has actually proven that there is a creator that exists rather than disproving it. So it's kind of backfiring on the secularists uh, who are trying their best to eliminate religions. So with that said, here's the The real ironic twist to it all is that the Nazarene, and in a way, are secularists because we don't believe in religion. We have no Yahuwah has no religion. There's no religion required to worship Yahuwah, and so we don't believe in men's religions. Religions are traditions, and traditions are based on falsehood, fables, fairy tales, myths, mythology. Okay, we don't use devices or stratagem to refer to the Creator with, like religions do. Religions use LORD, GOD, the J man, and other devices or stratagem or substitute names, if you will, to refer to the Creator. We don't. Neither do we have any traditions or religions are made up about Him or written about Him. We simply use the Tanakh and the Nazarene writings to learn from, the living Word or the living Torah. Our only rabbi and teacher is Yahusha. The one living Yahuwah is our mighty one, or all. And we have no religion. So in a way, we're secularists. So I found that to be kind of ironic, to say the least. So anyways, I'd like to share this this article that I stumbled into with you, and talk and read it, and then we can talk a little bit more about it, and perhaps go into see what Scripture has to say about it, and hopefully this will be a really good study together, and some truth will come out of it, which is always our objective, is to gain more truth, because the more truth we have, the cleaner we are, and the more truth we speak, the more we esteem Yahuwah, because Yahuwah is truth. So, first of all, let's start out by reading about what secularism is. Yes, secularism is a noun, and it refers to the principle of separation of the state from religious institutions. In the simple term, secular or secularism, in its simple term, secular, spirit or tendency, especially a system of political or social philosophy that rejects all forms of religious faith and worship. The view that public education and other matters of civil policy should be conducted without the introduction of a religious element. So, what is or who is a secular person? Well, in short, secular means non-religious. So to be secular means that, one, a person does not believe in supernatural beings, deities, or realms. Two, a person does not engage in religious behaviors. Three, a person does not identify as religious and is not a member of a religious community or corporation or organization. So, secularism seems to be, in a way, the arch enemy of religion. So let's get to the little article that I had stumbled across, and we'll read it, at least partially. We won't read the whole thing, but we'll read it partially. And then we'll talk about a little bit and get into some scripture here about this. So here it goes. Historically, two related sources advanced the idea that science would displace religion. First, 19th century progressivist conceptions of history, particularly associated with the French philosopher Auguste Comte, held to a theory of history in which societies pass through three stages: a religious, metaphysical, and scientific. Comte coined the term sociology, and he wanted to diminish the social influence of religion and replace it with a new science of society. Comte's influence extended to the Young Turks and Ataturks. The 19th century also witnessed the inception of the conflict model of science and religion. This was the view that history can be understood in terms of a conflict between two epochs in the evolution of human thought: the theological and the scientific. This description comes from Andrew Dickson White's influential A History of the Warfare of Science with Theology in Christendom of 1896, the title of which nicely encapsulates its author's general theory. White's work, as well as John William Draper's earlier History of the Conflict between Religion and Science of 1874, firmly established the conflict thesis as the default way of thinking about the historical relations between science and religion. Both works were translated into multiple languages. Draper's history went through more than 50 printings in the United States alone, was translated into 20 languages, and notably became a bestseller in the late Ottoman Empire, where it informed Ataturks, understanding that progress meant science superseding religion. Today, people are less confident that history moves through a series of set stages toward a single destination. Nor, despite its popular persistence, do most historians of science support the idea of an enduring conflict between science and religion. Renowned collisions such as the Galileo affair turned on politics and personalities, not just science and religion. Darwin had significant religious supporters and scientific detractors, as well as vice versa. Many other alleged instances of science-religion conflict have now been exposed as pure inventions. In fact, contrary to conflict, the historical norm has more often been one of mutual support between science and religion. In its format of years in the 17th century, modern science relied on religious legitimation. During the 18th and 19th centuries, natural theology helped to popularize science. science. The conflict model of science and religion offered a mistaken view of the past, and when combined with expectations of secularization, led to a flawed vision of the future. Secularization theory failed at both description and prediction. The real question is why we continue to encounter proponents of science and religion conflict. Many are prominent scientists. It would be superfluous to rehearse David or Richard Dawkins' musings on this topic, but he is by no means a solitary voice. Stephen Hawking thinks that science will win because it works. Sam Harris has declared that science must destroy religion. Stephen Weinberg thinks that science has weakened religious certitude. And Colin Blakemore predicts that science will eventually make religion unnecessary. Historical evidence simply does not support such contentions. Indeed, it suggests that they are misguided. So why do they persist? Why do they persist? The answers are political. Leaving aside any lingering fondness for quaint 19th century understandings of history, we must look to the fear of Islamic fundamentalism, exasperation with creationism, and aversion to alliances between the religious right and climate change denial, and worries about the erosion of scientific authority. While we might be sympathetic to these concerns, there is no disguising the fact that they arise out of an unhelpful intrusion of normative commitments into the discussion. Wishful thinking, hoping that science will banish religion, is no substitute for a sober assessment of present realities. Continuing with this advocacy is likely to have an effect opposite to that intended. Religion is not going away anytime soon, and science will not destroy it. If anything, it is science that is subject to increasing threats to its authority and social legitimacy. Given this, science needs all the friends it can get. Its advocates would be well advised to stop fabricating an enemy out of religion, or insisting that the only path to a secure future lies in a marriage of science and secularism. There you have it. I found that to be a very interesting article, and I kind of agree with it, really. I don't know why they're trying to force science to be a friend of secularism. It actually is not, because it's like I said earlier, science is actually proving creationism. So it's kind of working against them, isn't it? So the whole point here is, for the Nazarene, is we're not secular or we're not religious, and there's nothing harmful or anything that would be taboo about science for us. I mean, science isn't our enemy. There's been great strides in science. Of course, there's mad scientists, I guess. There's evil scientists. There's people that are using modern technology and inventions and findings and stuff, probably to use against and harm others rather than to promote and help others. Of course, there's evil in the world, but in the most part, science has helped progress many advancements. Have made many advancements toward the human race to help the human race in general, just speaking. And technology is not our enemy either. So it's just the people, the evil people behind the science and technology using it for evil purposes and for the agenda of the devil. That's what's bad, not the inventions or the science itself. Okay, so science is not in particularly our enemy. Okay, to speak. So, you know, I think there needs to be some kind of a truce there. Science is actually promoting and really starting to prove that Yahuwah exists to people that have weak belief, you know, that need signs, need wonders, need to see miracles in order for them to believe. Right? So, yeah, Yahuwah is using science in marvelous ways in order to promote himself and to reveal himself to the unbeliever. I mean, the internet's full of stories about ex-atheists and scientists and evolution type scientists and everything that have converted over into being believers because of what they found under the microscopes and through telescopes, you know, through the astronomy and biology and all that kind of stuff. The fossil records, fossil columns, the discovery of Noah's Ark, the discovery of Egyptian chariots and wheels laying at the bottom of the Sea of Reeds with human remains, skulls and bones scattered among them. You know, artifacts, all kinds of stuff. Dead Sea Scrolls, you know, architectural finds. So, yeah. As long as Yahuwah made it and we were put here, everything was made for us because we're the treasure possessions of Yahuwah. You know, we're the pupil of his eye, his greatest achievement, who he loves the most. And so everything was made for us, you know. Everything's gifts from Yahuwah for us, his beloved. So, but the Nazarene don't have a religion. So I just want to, you know, reiterate that the Nazarene are not a religion at all. Matter of fact, we have no religion. So we're neutral on that. We ain't taking the side of religion because religion is tradition based on falsehood. The Nazarene have no lies in them. We worship truth because Yahuwah is truth. We worship truth. Right? We worship in the spirit and the truth. That's what Nazarene do. We're in a relationship, a blood covenant, marriage covenant with the Creator, Yahuwah. We're in a relationship, not a religion. So we're neutral. And science is not the enemy. You know, the thing that's unfortunate is that when these scientists, through their discoveries and research, find out that there is a creator, through mathematics, universal laws, encoded languages within DNA structure, and all this other stuff, then they convert. It's sad that they're converting into a religion instead of realizing that their Yahuwah has no religion. The Creator has no religion. He wants a relationship with them, not a religion made up about him. And that's the key thing that the scientists need to realize. The whole world needs to realize that there is an awakening going on. Did you know that? And a lot of Yahuwah is waking his people up to the truth. He's looking for people who will worship him in spirit and truth. Okay, and understand, have an understanding of that. So that's about it as far as that goes. And I'd like to just touch on scriptures here slightly, and we'll call it good. So 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 17, it says, "For Mashiach did not send me to immerse, but to bring the Besorah, not with wisdom of words, that the stake of Mashiach should not be nullified. For the word of the stake is indeed foolishness to those who are perishing, but to us who are being delivered, it is the power of Yahuwah. For it has been written, I shall destroy the wisdom of the wise and set aside the learning of the learned ones. Where is the wise? I shall destroy the wise of the wise, or the wisdom of the wise, and set aside the learning of the learned ones. Where is the wise? Where is the scholar? Where is the debater of this age? Has not Yahuwah made foolish the wisdom of this world? For since in the wisdom of Yahuwah, the world through wisdom did not know Yahuwah, it pleased Yahuwah through the foolishness of preaching to save those who believe. And since Yehudim ask a sign, and the Greeks seek wisdom, yet we proclaim Mashiach staked, to the Yehudim a stumbling block, and to the Greeks foolishness. But to those who are called, both Yehudim and Greeks, Mashiach, the power of Yahuwah, and the wisdom of Yahuwah. For the foolishness of Yahuwah is wiser than men, and the weakness of Yahuwah is stronger than men. For look at your calling, brothers, that there were not many wise according to the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble. But Yahuwah has chosen the foolish things of the world to put to shame the wise, and Yahuwah has chosen the weak of the world to put to shame the strong. And Yahuwah has chosen the lowborn of the world and the despised and the ones that are not, that he might bring to nothing the ones that are, so that no flesh should boast in his presence. And of him you are in Mashiach, Yahusha, who became for us wisdom from Yahuwah, righteousness also, and set apartness and redemption, that it has been written, he who boasts, let him boast in Yahuwah. Amen. So, hope you got something out of that. And thank you for watching. And remember to stay in love with Yahusha. So long, Nazarene, beloved of Yahuwah. Bonus feature time. Daniel 12. Daniel 12. Now at that time Michael shall stand up, the great head who is standing over the sons of your people. And there shall be a time of distress, such as never was since there was a nation, until that time. And at that time your people shall be delivered, every one who was found written in the book. And many of those who sleep in the dust of the earth wake up, some to everlasting life, and some to reproaches, everlasting abhorrences. And those who have insight shall shine like the brightness of space, and those who lead many to righteousness like the stars forever and ever. But you, Daniel, hide the words and seal the book until the time of the end. Many shall diligently search, and knowledge shall increase. Diligently search, and knowledge shall increase. Now that's vague. That can be a lot of different things. Knowledge is in the knowledge of Yahuwah, the knowledge of creation, knowledge of science. I mean, that can mean a lot. That's a huge spectrum. And then the travel, diligently search, and knowledge shall increase. So shall diligently search. That seems to apply science, or search engines, Google engines and stuff like that. Searching for truth, So, I mean, that's even, vague on what it's specifying. So it could be a large spectrum, too. It could be all of the above, Then I, Daniel, looked and saw two others standing, one on this bank of the river and the other on that bank. And one said to the man dressed in linen, who was about above the waters of the river, how long until the end of these wonders? And I heard the man dressed in linen, who was above the waters of the river, and he held up his right hand and his left hand to the Shemayim, and swore by him who lives forever, that it would be for a time, times, and half a time. Well, that's 3.5 years. So this must be talking about the tribulation years. And when they have ended scattering the power of the set apart people, then all these shall be completed. And I heard, but I did not understand. So I said, my master, what is the latter end of these matters? And he said, go, Daniel, for the words are hidden and sealed till the time of the end. Many shall be cleansed and made white and refined, but the wrong shall do wrong, and none of the wrong shall understand. So none of the wrong shall understand. But those who have insight shall understand. And from the time that which is continual is taken away, and the abomination that lays waste is set up, is 1,290 days. Blessed is he who is waiting earnestly and comes to the 1,335th day. But you go your way till the end, and rest and arise to your lot at the end of the days. So that's very interesting, the 1,290 days and 1,335 days. That's a 45-day difference. So something's going to happen there between, in that 45-day difference there. You know, if you can study about that a little bit, maybe you can come up with something. But anyways, searching and knowledge will increase. Okay, and some different translations has travel will increase. And which instead of searching. So either way, that can mean a lot of different things. It could be the transportation network we have, such as airplanes and jets and cars and all that, and trains and subways, rockets, space rockets and stuff where they go up and they orbit around the planet, or to go to the moon, that kind of stuff. But anyways, yeah, I'm anxious. I'm glad that knowledge and searching and traveling is increasing, because it's prophesied that that's going to be toward the latter days. It's happening in the latter days, which is another indication that we may be getting close to the tribulation year. Could be getting close. Never know. So anyway, thank you for watching, and remember, once again, to stay in love with Yahusha HaMashiach. So long, that's right. Love of Yahuwah.
Yahusha, living water, Baruch haba b'Shem Yahuwah. I sing out with praise to you. Your name is beautiful to me, my King. I sing out with praise to you. My heart desires to honor you, my Yah. I sing out with praise to you, Yahusha. Living Torah, Baruch haba b'Shem Yahuwah. Yahusha, living Torah, Baruch haba b'Shem Yahuwah. I sing out with praise to you. Your name is beautiful to me, my King. I sing out with praise to you. My heart desires to honor you, my Yah. I sing out with praise to you. Yahusha, living Torah, Baruch haba B'Shem Yahuwah. Baruch haba B'Shem Yahuwah. Baruch haba B'Shem Yahuwah. Baruch haba B'Shem Yahuwah. Yahusha, living water, Baruch haba B'Shem Yahuwah. Yahusha, living water, Baruch haba B'Shem Yahuwah. I sing out with praise to you. Your name is beautiful to me, my King. I sing out with praise to you. My heart desires to honor you, my Yah. I sing out with praise to you, Yahusha, living Torah, Baruch haba B'Shem